Welcome to Volkswagen of Duluth. From our no-commission sales team to our transparent video maintenance, you are our priority. As you explore, you'll feel the excitement and confidence that comes with driving a Volkswagen. From the North Shore down to Canal, discover Duluth in a whole new way. Come visit us. Your adventure starts with Volkswagen of Duluth.
For nearly 75 years, the Synovus Superior Refinery has been an important part of our community. Our employees live and work here. From the creation of jobs to fueling marine transportation, the products we make help energize our region. At Synovus, we believe in giving back to our community. Synovus is proud to support Duluth FC. Good luck on your 2024 season, Blue Greens. Synovus Energy, invested in our community.
I'm Dr. Jordan Lindholm. I'm a family medicine physician. I think it's really important to have your own primary care provider because we're kind of the first stop, and then we can refer you to the specialist if that is what's needed. We like to explore the parks and trails of Duluth, both good for exercise as well as it's good for your overall mental health. When I see all the improvement that my patients have made over time, it feels very rewarding. That's the reason why I went into medicine.
Wow.
It doesn't have to be complicated to be cool. Simple is cool. With the G7, everything is in reach.
My name is Dr. Joel Edwall, and I'm a family medicine physician. I think a lot of wellness comes down to balancing simple things like sleep, going outside, being active and moving, not staring at a screen for 12 hours a day, diet and eating the right foods at the right times. I think we live happier, healthier, more productive lives. We have more energy, we have better relationships with those around us, and we have an overall higher quality of life.
Welcome to Volkswagen of Duluth. From our no-commission sales team to our transparent video maintenance, you are our priority. As you explore, you'll feel the excitement and confidence that comes with driving a Volkswagen. From the North Shore down to Canal, discover Duluth in a whole new way. Come visit us. Your adventure starts with Volkswagen of Duluth.
For nearly 75 years, the Synovus Superior Refinery has been an important part of our community. Our employees live and work here. From the creation of jobs to fueling marine transportation, the products we make help energize our region. At Synovus, we believe in giving back to our community.
Synovus is proud to support Duluth FC. Good luck on your 2024 season, Blue Greens.
Synovus Energy, invested in our community.
I'm Dr. Jordan Lindholm. I'm a family medicine physician. I think it's really important to have your own primary care provider because we're kind of the first stop, and then we can refer you to the specialist if that is what's needed. We like to explore the parks and trails of Duluth, both good for exercise as well as it's good for your overall mental health. When I see all the improvement that my patients have made over time, it feels very rewarding. That's the reason why I went into medicine.
Wow.
It doesn't have to be complicated to be cool. Simple is cool. With the G7, everything is in reach.
My name is Dr. Joel Edwall, and I'm a family medicine physician. I think a lot of wellness comes down to balancing simple things like sleep, going outside, being active and moving, not staring at a screen for 12 hours a day, diet and eating the right foods at the right times. I think we live happier, healthier, more productive lives. We have more energy, we have better relationships with those around us, and we have an overall higher quality of life.
Ready? All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Duluth FC Soccer, brought to you by the Blue Green Stream team alongside Coach Joe Mooney and our entire production crew here, courtesy of Duluth FC Stream Team. This is Matt Johnson coming to you live from Walt Hunting Stadium, Marv Heikkinen Field here in Duluth, Minnesota, where the Blue Greens returning home to take on the Minnesota Twinstars in MPSL North Conference action. The Blue Greens coming off of a 4-game road trip where they lost 3 out of 4 games. Very rare that we see Duluth FC drop that many games on a road swing. But the Blue Greens returning home here to take on the Twinstars for the second time here in the 2024 campaign, sitting at 3 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw so far for 10 points in the MPSL North. They're taking on a Minnesota Twinstars team, by the way, who has 3 wins, 1 defeat for 9 points in the MPSL North. So a big game here tonight between the Blue Greens and the Twinstars. One of those 3 losses that the Blue Greens suffered during this 4-game swing was against the Twinstars. We'll talk more about that first meeting between these two teams as we move on here tonight. But Coach Mooney, the Blue Greens coming back, like I said, back home. Good time to come home, too. Like I said, a little bit uneven in their play on that 4-game swing, losing 3 out of 4, including losing the Super Cup game against the St. Croix Legends. We'll talk more about that in a moment as well. But yeah, it's been a little bit of an uneven stretch here for the Blue Greens, and they return home looking, I think, to prove a point here tonight.
Yeah, man. You mentioned the word uneven. I think in the last few NPSL games, we saw some of that unevenness. Obviously, the last road game out at Sioux Falls seemed to find their form again a little bit. And then we talked about the Minnesota Cup game. And, looking back at that game, there were some nervy moments, and St. Croix, all credit to them for taking advantage of those moments. I think the run of play was really pretty even throughout the game. And I think that if Duluth continues on that form in terms of just the general run of play, they're going to get results here coming up.
Duluth FC gave up 11 goals over those 4 games as well, which is a high number for a Duluth FC squad that, generally speaking, plays really well defensively. So we'll keep an eye on the back 4 tonight as we move on as well. Their last MPSL game, as you mentioned, that 4 win over Sioux Falls last Saturday in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Blue Greens getting 2 goals from Edward Nyes, the Belgian, who leads the team now with 4 goals on the season, picking up 2 in that win over the Thunder. Rory Doyle and Paul Bobai also picked up goals in that contest for the Blue Green. Zeke Bolts, who is the starter in goal tonight for Duluth FC, getting the start in goal and went all 90 minutes to get that win. Like you said, in that last outing, as you see on your screen there, for those folks back home, the Blue Greens falling to St. Croix Legends 4-2. That was the first game of the Minnesota Super Cup competition for 2024. The Legends actually jumped out on the Blue Greens early in that contest, scoring 3 of their 4 goals in the opening 27 minutes. So it was a slow start for the Blue Greens in that contest. JJ Oyabamji, scored from the penalty spot late in the first half to bring the Blue Greens within 3-1 at the break. Second half, Duluth FC cut the deficit to 3-2 on the second tally of the season from Charlie Wood. And narrowly missed several quality scoring chances down the stretch before the Legends got an insurance goal late to seal the victory, and Zeke Bolts taking the loss in goal for Duluth FC. But like you said, pretty well played game, and Oyabamji will be a guy that we will keep an eye on here tonight. JJ Oyabamji coming in a little bit late, really talented player though, and he's kind of taken over as the target for Duluth FC these last few games.
Matt, he's been a really exciting player to watch, and as you mentioned, I mean, just a real spark in the lineup, and I think that as that chemistry continues to develop, he's going to be one to watch really across the league.
So that's what happened last time out. The Twinstars, meanwhile, like I said, 3-1 on the season. They've won their last 2, including posting a 4-2 victory over Siouxland United at Park Center High School in St. Paul. That game was played on Saturday last week. In that contest, the Twinstars got goals from Chikoze Inaje, Fator Makane, Rolando Barkley, and David Diawara on the way to picking up a split with the Outlaws for the season in goal. Balakiam Katanga, who is the starter in goal tonight, by the way, for the Twinstars, got the win in goal as well. So they're playing good ball as well, and it should make for a very entertaining contest here tonight in Duluth. With that being the case, we'll take a quick look at the Blue-Green starters for tonight here as they return home. There you get a look at the starting 11 for Coach Sean Morgan and company. A couple of changes to the starting lineup. Zeke Foltz, who has kind of solidified that spot as the number 1 keeper for Duluth FC these last 2 games, will get another start in goal as you get a look there. The back 4, Hexie Oriana, Jake Starling, Dylan Zabatini, and Miles Edmondson. The back 4 for Duluth FC. We'll keep a close eye on them. As I said, 11 goals given up in those last 4 games for Duluth FC. Very un-blue-green-like over the last few years. Coach to give up that many goals. We'll keep an eye on what those 4 do tonight.
Yeah, Matt, and there's no shortage of quality in that back 4. I think there's been a lot of rotation, and again, it's early in the summer. You know, I think that there's this expectation that a team stays perfect throughout the summer, and that's just unrealistic. And so I think a lot of that rotation has been good. It's gotten some miles off the legs of different players. It's really, I think, kind of harnessed some different looks, in terms of chemistry. But that takes time to build, and I think that this is obviously a good lineup here for tonight.
3 Blue-Green veterans get the start in midfield. Rory Doyle, Andreas Solaris, who has played every game except for 1 so far for Duluth FC at the holding midfield role, gets a start as well as Paul Bobai. And like I said, 3 veterans there for Duluth FC. Combined played a lot of soccer for Duluth FC over the last few years. Good to see those veterans in there in the midfield spots.
Yeah, man. There's been rotation in the midfield. Quite a bit of rotation. Obviously, Paul and Andreas were late additions in the summer as they were finishing up, I think, other duties. College and graduation, stuff like that, right? So there hasn't been that consistent starting lineup in the midfield either. So, but I do think that there's 3 veterans, as you mentioned, guys who have worked together before, and I think it'll be a strong midfield.
Meanwhile, in the top 3 right now, Edward Nyes, who has played a lot of midfield this year. This game here tonight against Twinstars, he gets a start on the wing. He'll play on the left side. JJ Oyabamji, as we mentioned, will get the start as the target forward in the middle, number 9 position for him. And like I said, he's kind of solidified that spot, scored his first goal as a Blue-Green in that loss against St. Croix Legends on Tuesday, and that's Minnesota Super Cup game. And then Liam Pritchard will get a start on the right side. Didn't play a whole lot against the St. Croix Legends on Tuesday, but has a lot of speed on the wing, good one-on-one player, and we'll see him also pair with Nyes and Oyabamaji up top.
Matt, there's certainly 3 dynamic players up there, and I think all 3, sort of different styles and complementing styles. And so, again, we talked about the addition of JJ as he's come in, and just the sort of electricity that he's added to the lineup. And I think the trio up top is going to be a handful for the Twinstars to deal with tonight.
Here you get a look at the subs for the Blue-Greens tonight. James Price will back up Zeke Foltz in goal. Axel Patal, who started the first couple of games for Duluth FC, will come off the bench as well as an outside back. Archie McDonald, who got the start as a central defender against the Legends of St. Croix on Tuesday. He will start on the bench tonight. Felipe Santos, who's been a reserve pretty much all season long, also on the bench for Duluth FC. Charlie Wood, who scored a goal in that loss against St. Croix on Tuesday, also on the bench, while Tyler Limmer and Manny Morales round out the reserves for Coach Sean Morgan and company here tonight. So that's the 18 players, including the 11 starters, that will suit up here for the Blue-Greens here tonight. We'll take a quick look now at the MPSL North Conference standings before we take a break here. There you go. Look at Dakota Fusion, who have played really well so far this season. Plus 12 in goal differential are the Fusion this season. They have 1 draw. That's against Duluth FC. They have 13 points, sitting all alone in first with the 4 wins. Duluth FC right now has played 6 matches, which is more than anybody else in the conference right now, in second place with 10 points. Meanwhile, Minnesota Twinstars, as you see, in third right now with 9 points. Joy St. Louis Park right now on 4 points. Meanwhile, Siouxland United with 3 points. The Sioux Falls Thunder with 2 points. Minnesota Blizzard, meanwhile, bringing up the rear with just the 1 point as we head into MPSL North Conference action here this evening. So that's a quick summary of where everything stands here tonight as the Blue-Greens taking on Minnesota Twinstars for the second time this season. The Blue-Greens coming off a 3-1 loss against Twinstars in their first matchup during that 4-game stretch. That was actually the second game of that 4-game run on the road for Duluth FC. So the Blue-Greens entering this game here tonight looking to even up the season score against the Twinstars here at Walt Hunting Stadium, Marv Heikkinen Field in Duluth. So overall, that's the story here as the Blue-Greens and the Twinstars get ready to renew acquaintances here tonight in Duluth. And with that being the case, we will take a quick audio break, send things to our public address announcer, Patrick Sterner, who will introduce the 2 teams. We'll have national anthem and then the opening kick of this MPSL North Conference contest between the Blue-Greens of Duluth FC and Minnesota Twinstars. That's coming up right after this. This is Duluth FC Soccer, brought to you by the Blue-Green Stream Team.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Blue Greens. Good evening, soccer fans, and welcome to Walt Hunting Stadium at Marv Heikkinen Field. Tonight's NPSL North match features, from Minnetonka, Minnesota, the Minnesota Twinstars versus, from the Zenith City, your Duluth FC Blue Greens. Let's introduce the teams for tonight's matchup. First, starting with the roster from the Twinstars. Number 1, Balakiam Katanga. Number 2, Rolando Barclay. Number 4, Anthony Mator. Number 5, Uzman Cisse. Number 6, Jafar Abdul Rahman. Number 9, David Diawara. Number 10, Futoma Kone. Number 11, Chigozie Anije. Number 16, Diego Yang. Number 19, Ferguson Morris. And returning home, number 22, Ivan Adika. Coaching the Twinstars, Yusuf Darabaki. For the Blue Greens. Number 3, the captain, Jake Starling. Number 5, Dylan Zavatini. Number 6, Andres Solares. Number 8, Rory Doyle. Number 10, Edward Neese. Number 15, Miles Edmondson. Number 21, Paul Bobai. Number 22, Liam Pritchard. Number 26, Hexie Oriana. Starting in goal, number 33, Zeke Foltz. And number 36, JJ Oyabamiji. Coaching Duluth FC is Sean Morgan. Assistant coaches, Barry Chasty, Greg Gilmore, and Corey Bolheller. Your referees for the evening are Connor Tobin, assistant referee Oswaldo Hernandez, assistant referee Nola Pepke, the fourth official Megan Sanda. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise if you are able and remove your caps as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem, sung by Olivia Morin Swanson. Olivia lives in Duluth, Minnesota and attends Proctor High School. She lives with her two moms, Karen and Diane, her sister Sophie, and her twin brother Jack. She enjoys playing basketball, lacrosse, and running cross country. She previously took lessons for 7 years at Dana Carroll's music studio for singing and piano, as well as guitar on the side. You might have seen her in her previous Duluth Playhouse shows, such as Singing in the Rain Jr. and Matilda the Musical. Take it away, Olivia.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So the national anthem has been played. The two teams have been introduced by our public address announcer for the evening, Pat Sterner, and we are moments away from being this MPSL North Conference contest between the Blue Greens and Duluth FC and Minnesota Twinstars underway here from Walt Hunting Stadium, Pike and Infield. Matt Johnson, Coach Joe Mooney, and the rest of our production crew here. Thanking you for joining us on this sunny Saturday night here in Duluth, Minnesota. We had some scattered rain showers before kickoff, but the skies are clearing up a bit here. It's night for soccer. Not much wind on the field before the game either, so should be pretty good good conditions for both teams. This is the second matchup of the season between these two squads. They first met on Wednesday, May 29th at Park Center High School, and the Twinstars rallied back from a 1-0 deficit to down the Blue Green 3-1. Edward Meese got the game started with a goal for Duluth FC, netting his second goal of the season in the first 15 minutes, but the Twinstars came right back in goals from Tormey Kane and Rolando Barkley to take a 2-1 lead in the intermission. Duluth FC then pressured extremely hard in the opening minutes of the second half. Couldn't find the back of the net. Twinstars held firm. The insurance tally from Barkley late to claim 3-1. That's the first time we've actually lost the Twinstars in a few years, Coach, and I think for Duluth FC, that's going to be a pretty big motivating factor here in this game. These two teams right now battling for second place behind Dakota Fusion, but big game here tonight, to say the least, between the Blue Green and the Twinstars.
Yeah, Matt, and again, we mentioned this, there's a lot of NPSL veterans out there. There's a lot of college veterans, guys that committed at all kinds of levels. So, I think again, it's just a matter of chemistry. And we've talked about this on air before, but it's really hard within a summer season. These guys have been in for a month, less than a month, many of them, to expect that they're going to be wearing most every game out of the gate is probably an unrealistic expectation. That said, we're starting to enter kind of like that middle third of the season now, where you hope that as a coaching staff, as a fan base, as a whole, that you start to see your team start to gel a little bit. And I think this tonight will be a good test for them in terms of kind of where are they, where kind of like that litmus test, where are they in the season, and what can you expect as we get into that third of the season.
I actually had a chance to catch up with Captain Jake Starling and also Rory Doyle before the game. One of the things that they talked about with me before the game is they're kind of getting off this better start they've had a bit, and they're supposed to start the last few games, especially that game against St. Croix Legends on Tuesday night down in Stillwater, Minnesota. Gave them 3 goals in 27 minutes. Also did not start particularly well against the Twinstars. It's very opponent the first time they played them. So a quick start is definitely on the minds of the Blue Green as they head to this game here tonight. We'll see if they can make that come true on the field, Coach. That's been something I know that Sean Morgan has also been somewhat frustrated by. The fact that the team at times has looked kind of flat coming out, particularly sometime early into the game. That's something that has been very unlikely for the team over the past few years. We'll see if they can overcome that trend here tonight against the Twinstars. Duluth FC, by the way, in the black jerseys, they'll be going from left to right in this opening 45 minutes. Twinstars in the all-white, they'll be going from right to left. As we get ready to kick this game off, it'll be Paul Bobai, native of Nigeria, that'll kick it off, it looks like, here for the Blue Greens. And like I said, we're just waiting the opening whistle from our center referee here tonight, and we'll get this contest underway. Duluth FC right now overloading on the right side, Coach. Looks like this is going to be a set play from the start here.
Yeah, man, I would expect this to go back and probably just a quick dump into the right diag here.
Yep, and it's going to be Andreas Solaris who will play it deep here for the Blue Greens, and we are underway here tonight. Sunny skies, like I said, here in Duluth. Temperatures in the low 60s, or excuse me, high 60s, low 70s expected here tonight before all is said and done. So all in all, pretty nice night here in Duluth. Certainly the best night we've had for soccer so far here at home in the 2024 campaign. As this ball is sent to the back post, and we play on. Nope, we do not. We'll have our first goal kick, and it will be taken here by Balakiam Kitanga, who got the win last time out in goal for Twinstars, and that 4-2 win over Siouxland United a week ago. And we'll have a goal kick here on Duluth FC pressing high a bit with the 3-forward look. And now off of said goal kick, the Twinstars playing the ball into space. Glenn Zabatini with the intercept for Duluth FC, and I think we'll have our first ball here. Oh, I guess not. We're going to play on here. They said he got ball. And we play on as we move into the second minute here. Team captain for the Twinstars, Usman Cisse, playing it to the far side, and we'll have a throw here coming up for Duluth FC. Blue Greens 11 goals for, 8 against here so far in the MPSL North Conference campaign of 2024. Meanwhile, for the Twinstars, they have 11 goals for and 7 against. As this throw comes in, and it'll go over the end line, and we'll have a goal kick here. First one being here for Zeke Bolts.
This Duluth FC goal kick is fueled by Volkswagen of Duluth.
As Holtz will line this one up, and he will play it short to the outside. Set Dylan Zabatini for Duluth FC on the right foot. Handling the ball near side. A little bit late in getting to Liam Pritchard. Toward midfield. And toward east for Duluth FC trying to bring it down, and now here's a ball over the top for Rolando Barkley, who had 2 of the 3 goals for the Twinstars, the first meeting between these 2 teams a few weeks ago.
Yeah, Matt, the far side AR had him offside there, so he just run with called offside eventually.
Now on the outside, this is Miles Edmondson for Duluth FC, angling the ball far side. Edward Neese now coming forward. He has Oyabamaji with him. Crosses over, comes into the 18, and a little bit laking the ball through. Now the Twinstars defense to catch up to the play. And now this ball sent back toward midfield.
Matt, there's an example of where the chemistry needs to come along still for Duluth. So you saw JJ's run that came across the diagonal right to left there. If he initiates that run probably a half second sooner.
Oh no, and here's a turnover by Zidlan Zabatini. Shot and they score. Mistake by the Blue-Greens in the back. And it takes all of 3 minutes for Duluth FC to fall behind. And Zabatini tried to play that ball back. Didn't get a good touch on it. Ends up in the back of the net. 1-0 your score. I believe Rolando Barkley on the goal. Again, that back four has just been a little bit uneven this season, Coach. You can see it there again. And now it's 12 goals given up for Duluth FC in 4+ games. And just not a good touch. There's no other way to put it. That's a mistake in the back. You can't make it this level, they'll make you pay for it. And that's exactly what happened on that goal.
Yeah, Matt. At the college level, we talk a lot about spec goals, spec standing for set piece, errors, counterattacks. Trying to eliminate those goals. If you can eliminate goals off of set pieces, errors, and counterattacks, you really make a team kind of play special in order to beat you. A lot of the goals that we've seen Duluth concede here over the first few games have been what you would consider to be spec goals. Set piece goals, they've been errors like we just saw where a ball gets played at the back line, a mistouch, a slip, whatever, that leads to just sort of an easy 1v1 situation or counterattacks where you get out of shape and getting back into shape defensively. So Duluth's got to find a way to kind of eliminate those goals and really force the team to be special to beat them.
But Doran Maikane actually is the goal scorer. It's unassisted, of course, off the mistake. In the back by Sabatini. We'll have now a corner kick here coming up for Twinstars, but first we have an injury. The Twinstars player down behind the play here in the 5th minute. Like I said, that's been kind of the story of the season here for Duluth FC. Just a lot of very uncharacteristic mental errors by the Blue-Greens. And
yeah, so Matt, I'll go back to the before we saw the goal there. Just talking about some of the chemistry that we want to see. And if you look back at the play I was talking about, you see JJ come across from right to left, makes the diagonal run, and Edo is looking to either is he going to take the ball down the line or is he going to try to cut in? And you watch Edo play, even just for a game or two, he wants to cut inside, right? He wants to go diagonally toward goal, drive at goal. And so again, it's just one of those little nuances where you got to initiate the run sooner to get the space to drive.
Corner kick here coming up first in the contest. Come off the field here for the Twinstars. In the meantime, they have a corner kick near side. Ball in the middle. And Jake Starling gets ahead to it. We'll have a corner kick this time. Far side corner flag here coming up for Twinstars.
Man, if we go back to the goal, absolutely nothing he can do on that. Came out, made himself big, really tried to take away the angle. It's really well taken by Kone. Good amount of just kind of composure on his part and an early finish. And when you finish early like that, it really does make it something that's
We'll have an outswinger now from the far side corner flag here for Twinstars. Headed in toward the 6. Third up the middle. Looks like the Twinstars now will reset on the edge of the Blue-Green 18. Taking it in deep. Here's a crossing ball through the middle. Getting into it there with Starling. Here's another shot attempt. Another corner kick here coming up. Duluth FC right now on their heels. Talked about trying to get out to a fast start. It's been the opposite of that here so far.
Man, that's been kind of a common trend. We've seen they've been a slow-starting team so far this summer, and I think the good news is if you're a Blue-Greens fan, that they've grown into the game. I think on just about every occasion, the games where they've been successful, they've done that a lot quicker in the game.
Corner kick now headed wide. far side. Here for Duluth FC, but like you said, not used to seeing that kind of play here from the Blue Jays. This is a team that gave up a total of 6 goals all of last season. Didn't make very many mistakes at all defensively in 2023, but this year it's been a different story. Now we're getting Falcao, free kick now for side coached by Sean Morgan.
Matt, you mentioned, I mean, it's difficult to go season to season. You see, I mean, any game, any level, it's difficult to repeat performances, season to season. It doesn't take many pieces to change for that chemistry to sort of be kind of, just thrown out of whack a little bit. And so it's always the goal of the team any season to try to get that chemistry
your journey
down.
with our no-commission sales team and transparent service department at Volkswagen of Duluth, the official dealership of Duluth FC.
Pritchard trying to turn around and defend it. Now he will go down and draw a free kick.
Matt, I would say that this is one thing that we have seen improve year to year. They've been really good at trying to get some momentum, and when they build in the final third, forcing teams to panic because they're so quick to release the ball. And they saw that as the ball switched fields very quickly, got from Pritchard, and obviously he had the ability to turn it better inside out.
He's now bending ball to the back, and I'm not sure what he's trying to do there. Overhit that one mightily. And it will have a goal kick here coming up for Katanga.
Yeah, man, not sure if he's trying to go for goal there. My suspicion is that he would recognize the angle that he's at there. It's really not a goal scoring opportunity. That's going to be a ball that you're playing into the path of your runners.
Zavatini. They'll send it wide to the far side. Jake Starling now for Duluth FC. Every game he plays, every minute that he plays, continues to set the team record for most appearances and minutes played in club history. It's a lot of play. One of the things that the Blue Greens have also struggled with this season, Coach, is playing out of the press. High press is really giving them problems. So a lot of turnovers. And teams have been taking advantage of that.
Matt, how many records does Jake Starling hold in this squad?
As of now, at least 2.
So he's got most minutes, he's got most starts, he has to, right?
Yes, he does.
Smoothest talker on the squad, right? Like
yeah,
there's a number of records.
Had a chance to meet his family before the game. A chance to talk to his dad before the game. Got a chance to catch up with him. He's got about 10 or 11 people coming up to see him here tonight. Making a trip into Florida as often as they can. Here's a great ball space. Here's Liam Pritchard now at an angle trying to get a shot away, and he scores!
Great response there from Duluth. Great ball from Edo to find Pritchard there on the through ball. Liam takes it early. It's not the best finish in terms of, you put it in a place where the goalkeeper can stop it, Matt, but when you take it early and you don't let the goalkeeper get set, good things happen.
First ball of the season for Liam Pritchard. I'm not sure Katanga saw it.
Well, and again, Matt, that's why you take it early, right? You don't let that goalkeeper get a good look at it. You maybe take it and maybe you screen a little bit.
Liam Pritchard!
The goal coming in the 11th minute for the Blue Greens to tie it up. Like you said, you took it early, Coach, and because I don't think Katanga really got a good look at it. There was a defender who might have been screening him a little bit, but it seemed like that ball got on top of him really quick off the right foot of Liam Pritchard. And just like that, we're tied up 1 apiece.
Matt, you've mentioned this a couple times on air here that Duluth does score in bunches, right? So you can already see just the energy that goal brought into the squad, how much more threatening they are. Another great ball there from Andres Solares.
Here's the nice East coming in, putting the shot on. Making the save, and he'll hold on to it here. He's getting a little bit of space on that far side now. Nice ball, like you said, from Solares to set it up.
Yeah, and Katanga had to be sure on that one. He had JJ Central and Pritchard on the far side. If he lets that ball get away at all, that's a goal scored.
That ball play deflects out off of the aforementioned Edward Peace.
But Matt, this is exactly what we talked about before, where Duluth likes to grow into the game. You're punished early. You see the goal scored, change the momentum back a little bit toward Duluth. It'll be interesting to see what they do over the next 5 minutes here. If they can really kind of keep their foot on the gas pedal.
Burrow comes in now, and out of play. Throw here coming up now. For the Blue Greens as the throw comes in now. He's going to get in the middle now, playing it off, looking for Oyabamaji, who comes in. Tries to tiptoe on the line, and that one will go out of play. 2 goals in the back of the net already. We're just in the 13th minute.
Matt, I was talking to GM Charlie Forsyth today, and we were both really just, I mean, talking about how big of a fan we've already become of JJ. And one of the things we talked about is just it's not just his speed, but his ability to go from 0 to 60. It's not a figure. He accelerates so quickly and he's so smooth in his movements.
Ball now in space. Zeke Bolt's coming out. That one will be punched over the top of the Duluth FC keeper by Fatorma Kante, who already has a goal in the game and is already giving Duluth FC some more fits here. He scored in the first match of the spots.
Yeah, Kante, he's always a threat, right? Like he's a guy that you have to circle on either side of the court.
Duluth FC trying to come back. Here's Roy Ball on the spin. He's moving around Diego Yang, and now here's a ball in the space looking for Pritchard again. See if he'll win the race. In fact, he won't. Katanga took kind of an odd route to the ball. Now Pritchard into the middle. Get it up in the air. Ball is sitting in the middle of the 18, still loose. Here's a shot attempt. That one's loose. And now poked in, and they score!
Matt, you said
JJ Oyabamaji with the goal, and that was kind of a broken play. It was kind of a messy play there defensively by Twinstars.
Well, Matt, you said it, Duluth likes to score in bunches, and I think Katanga thought that ball was going to roll out the end line. It certainly wasn't going to have the pace to do so, but Liam Pritchard really deceptive in the way he approached that. Really turned on the speed to keep that ball from going out. And then, like you said, kind of a bobbling play there, but JJ gets on the end of it, and boy, he didn't. Not that he had much room to miss, but man, he really missed for sure, right?
Yeah, second goal of the season for Oyabamaji. Like I said, kind of a strange-looking play, kind of a broken play. You know, I mean, Katanga came off of his line on the initial ball, took a strange angle of the ball, and then Pritchard, which you don't see real often, just kind of beat him to the spot. Played the ball in the middle. There were a couple of opportunities there. Rory Doyle had a good look, and then finds his way for Oyabamaji back post. He pokes it home. Second goal of the season for him at Duluth FC. 2 goals in 3 minutes, and now they're up 2-1.
Scoring for
yeah, man, I think Katanga was back in the net by that time, right? So he had kind of gotten off his line, recovered well, made, I think there was an initial save there, right? But again, just an example of the pressure that Duluth put on the team they want.
Well, nice job by JJ also, just not giving up on the play. Just kind of getting his foot to it. Sticking with the play coach and booking back on that. These first 15 minutes are any indication, we could be in for a lot of goals.
Matt, I'm trying to remember where that entry ball came from. Was that Doyle? Was that the turn from Doyle and then the ball played in?
I believe it was. Jake Bolts now for the Blue Greens. They'll play it wide here. Is Jake Starling on the right foot. Starling is clearing ball now. Takes the ball right in the middle. Here's Kane getting a shot attempt. Both teams a little bit loose at the back, and now here's a ball into the 6. Lamador, and finally grabbing it as Bolts. Neither team really taking care defensively at the moment.
Yeah, a bit of a nervy moment there for Zeke. There was obviously contact made between Bolts and Kane. I'd have to watch it back to see, was there a touch on the ball, or obviously Kane got the shot away. A lot of times an official won't give a penalty kick if the shot gets off for the attacker.
Free kick here for the Blue Greens. Foot brace alongside Liam Pritchard. Now Pritchard picks up the ball. Did they call it or not?
Yeah, they called the foul. Yeah.
Abdul Rahman.
Yeah, and a lot of times I think you're going to give the center back the benefit of the doubt there, and balls the forward is probably getting called for it. Boy, Pritchard just shows how much speed he has. He started on the outside of the defender, and he had to adjust his angle early in the run, and still was able to almost beat him off.
A free kick here now taken. Twinstars over the top now. Here's Barkley. Take a deflection, and it's waiting for it to come to the end line. Clears it up. Left sideline now. Pritchard. Here's Oyabamaji. Touch let him down a little bit there. Allow Cisse to come over and pick it up. Yeah, there'll be moments both ways at the back four, Coach. Now here's Pritchard. Pritchard for the Blue Greens on the right foot, looking for some help. Gives it back. Now here's Hexie Oriana. Reported the Blue Greens a little late then, Hexie, but in there now. Here's Oyabamaji, and now we're going to have
Who's offside?
Offside call,
just leaning off of the ball, off of Hexie's foot there.
Off the free kick here is Oriana. Two twin brothers, by the way, who plays his college soccer for Midwestern State. He's an all-conference member. For the Mustangs this past year was Oriana's second team, and Pritchard was the first team member of that conference's all-league squad. I was thinking through, this is Diego Yang. Play it forward, and now just cleared away here. The high hop there on Zeke Fultz, and he'll clear it over the near side. We'll have a throw here coming up. 19th minute, 2-1. Goal so far from Kane on a Duluth FC error in the back. That comes in the 3rd minute unassisted. Liam Pritchard evening it up 8 minutes later in the 11th. For Duluth FC, his first of the season from Edward Neese. And then 3 minutes later, JJ Oyabamaji with his second goal in the 14th minute to make it 2-1, and that's where we stand here. It's out on top now. Here's a shot attempt, and nice save there. That one, David Diawara got all of that one. And a nice save to his left there, ranging to his left to dive and grab that one with both hands. Zeke Fultz.
Matt, I've liked the way that Twinstars have pressed here tonight. They've really kind of eliminated a lot of options going forward for Duluth. They're playing sort of a 3-5-2, I would call it at the start, but they've allowed, so Diawara sits sort of like in the man in the hole role as like that attacking center mid underneath the two forwards. And they release him either centrally or out wide to kind of press into pockets that he wants to. And so it almost becomes a 3-4-3 when they want it to, and it's given Duluth a couple fits.
Here's Paul Bobai now playing it to the top of the 18. Ball's loose, and Katanga will pick it up, and now he's angry with Oyabamaji for coming in and trying to strip that ball away, and he's talking to the near side AR.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit aggressive there, Matt, but I think JJ and Katanga had really kind of met the ball at the same time. Yeah, I don't think you're ever going to coach your forward to pull out of that kind of a challenge,
Well,
Matt.
I didn't think that he actually caught much of Katanga on that when he did get the ball.
And again, I mean, Katanga's hand is on it. And if you're in a Twinstars uniform, you're going to stick up for your goalkeeper as you should, right? And so,
let me just say I've seen worse.
Well, yeah, but you're going to give the referee a little bit of a just a reason to probably consider any other kind of close calls there. So
now here's Neese. Nice defensive play. Edward Neese, so far having a nice start to this game, Coach. Came in with 4 goals to lead the Blue Greens. Has an assist in this game already. He's finding some space on that far wing. He's able to be cut in a few times now. Matched up over there with Anthony Mator, Ivan Adika, former Duluth FC player. I haven't got a chance to actually speak with Ivan for quite a long time.
yeah, great to see Ivan when he comes back up, Matt.
Yeah, it is. Played 2 years for Duluth FC. Was on the team that actually went to the national championship game. What year was that? Would that be 2017, I guess? 2017, 2018, something like that?
I'm not sure, man. I was just a young pup back then.
I'm trying to go all the way back.
Man, have we grown.
Yes, have we ever. Some of us in not the most positive ways. Here's Neese with the shot, or excuse me, that was Oyabamaji off the ball forward, and he missed it with the left foot. But it's sharp look there from JJ Oyabamaji.
Yeah, and JJ is showing off not just his strength there, but his length. And as he leans across the ball, how well he can keep a defender away from the ball as he shields it. That's a tough angle to get that shot off. Didn't miss by much.
No. As we have a free kick now coming forward. Dylan Zabatini really good in the air, able to bring that ball down. Now Oyabamaji for the Blue Greens. Bobai will send it wide. There's Miles Edmondson. Haven't heard much from him so far. Now Nice playing at 1-2 there with Oyabamaji. Those two have linked up a few times here so far in the opening 23 or so minutes. As Hexie Oriana now lost his footing momentarily, now wins it back. Bobai in the middle, wide open. Doyle now trying to get to Oyabamaji, and now he'll go down, and we're going to have a foul called on the Duluth FC forward. We'll have a free kick here coming up. Not a bad look, though. Not a bad idea. Rory Doyle finding a little bit of space in that middle, Coach.
Yeah, and again, you start to see the urgency picking up from the midfield. I wondered if Rory was going to decide to drive with the ball there. He had a bit of space in front of him. I like that Doyle is a pass first type of player. That's Cisse that's down, and that's the second or third time. I think Matt was he the one that on the goal? It almost looked like he maybe ran into the post.
Yeah, he was the one I think that went down earlier on.
Yeah.
In the first matchup between these two teams, there were several stoppages in the opening 45 minutes for injured players. The opening half of that contest back on the 29th, it went about maybe 5 or 6 minutes of extra time in the first half. There was a lot, like I said, of physical play early in that contest. Everybody seemed to be kind of holding a leg or a shin or an ankle at different points of that opening 45 minutes, and it created kind of a choppy game flow. I don't know if you saw that game. I did.
Yeah, man, this one looks, and I really hope it's not serious. You know, this last time that Cisse went down, it was actually away from the ball, and you always, man, you cringe a little bit when you see somebody go down away from the ball, and certainly hope he's able to continue on here, but it looks like they're going to start warming a few players up on the far side.
Yeah, and they're having a conversation over there, of course. A couple of players that are, I think, pretty well known to Twinstars folks. Rim Darbarki over there. Eric Rosas, another guy who's a long-time Minnesota Twinstars player.
Yeah, big names in the Twinstars organization, obviously, but really, Matt, I mean, just Minnesota soccer in general. Big names and a pretty storied history.
Here's Edmondson now for Duluth FC, advancing over the midfield stripe. Nice now playing 1-2. Oyabamaji thought that Nice was going to continue its run. The Belgian held up, however, and it'll be a throw now coming up for Twinstars. 25th minute here in Duluth. 2-1 your score.
Matt, another Twinstars player down. I can't see the number.
Players are going down left and right here so far. Quick reminder, fans, St. Luke's now part of Aspira's Health. It's proud to sponsor Duluth FC. When it comes to injury prevention, treatment, and recovery, they're a great orthopedics and sports medicine team as you cover. Learn more at slhduluth.com/ortho. Also, score a great deal at VW of Duluth with 0% APR on Taos and 2.9% on Atlas and Cross Sport. Kick off your journey with our no-commission sales team, transparent service department at Volkswagen of Duluth, the official dealership of Duluth FC. As injured Twinstars player now making his way off. I think it might be Rolando Barkley.
Yeah, Matt, that was Barkley up top there, number 2. He was holding his face. I don't know if maybe he caught kind of a wayward hand or wrist or elbow at some point.
Throw coming up now far side. Had a couple of injuries here in the last couple minutes. Of course, be added on in the half. Jake Starling now. Here's Andres Solaris. Dylan Zavattini. Now Hexie Oriana. The outside now and trying to flick it off of Abdul Rahman. It was Liam Pritchard. Now Pritchard will cut inside, and now he's got some space to work with. Liam Pritchard coming in. Gets a shot away and rises high over the bar. But Abdul Rahman's having a hard time with Liam Pritchard on that side.
Yeah, man. He made a couple moves there. Pritchard did all the hard work there. He had JJ, he had Edo on the far side. If he keeps that ball down and goes for the far post, it's one of those where even if you miss a bit wide, you've got forwards running on. It's kind of a shot cross type of situation. And I think even Paul Bolby had broken the line and gotten up as a midfielder into that forward space.
Off the goal kick, now headed out by Hexie Oriana. We'll have a throw now coming up right at the midfield stripe here. And the throw will be taken by Jafar Abdul Rahman. Another player who has been around the Twinstars organization for quite a long time, Coach. As this ball now into space, and here's Kane, and he's going to draw a foul here, I think, on Zavattini.
Matt, did we mention that it's Thunderstick night?
There are a lot of them in the
500
fans.
Thundersticks out. Synovus Energy.
That's
coming
Synovus
up
Energy.
big. Yeah.
One of our sponsors here, one of the Duluth FC sponsors. Yeah, there was apparently going to be a fair amount of Synovus Energy employees making their way to the game here tonight. So,
Matt, they've done a really good job of just getting involved in the community.
ball cleared now to the far side of the field. And now Twinstars will have to go all the way back, nearly turned over. It's one of those situations where you get yourself into trouble. There are 3 Blue-Greens closing defensively, and now they'll go all the way back for Katanga, top of his 18. And now nearly a turnover. Now it is. Here's Bobai. Had the ball knocked away, and now here's Nice. Edward Nice coming in. It's a shot away, and he scores.
Yeah, and I'm sure, Matt.
There's another broken play, and we talked about it as that play led up, Coach. That's a dangerous situation, and Katanga turns it over, and Nice picks it up, goes in and scores from a sharp angle on that far side. His 5th goal of the season, by the way.
Well, man, it all starts with Rory Doyle pressing there. You saw how quick he was to sprint out, put some ball pressure on, force Twinstars to go back. It goes back into the center back, and obviously onto the goalkeeper then. And JJ puts the pressure on there. It really forces a turnover that comes about.
So it's unassisted for Nice. Is it Nice or Nice? I'm not even sure.
I say Edo.
Okay.
Yeah, did a great job. Edo did.
It's his 5th goal of the season.
Yeah, he had JJ, he had Pritchard on the far side he could have played to. I like the decision to go it alone on that one though, because you've got your goalkeeper retreating back into space and really doesn't have a great landmark to know where he's in the goal, and just kind of left that entire near post vacant then.
So it'll be now a free kick. 3-1 now. Your scores were almost a half hour elapsed here. And now a long ball over the top. For Ferguson Morris, I believe. Nicely done by Oriana to keep him away from the ball. And now cross coming in through the middle and then sliding it out of play with Solaris. Nice job by the native of Guatemala to come back for Duluth FC and play that out.
Yeah, Hexie did a good job of winning the initial ball there, but he's got to get in a new space. Whenever you win the ball, especially in your back line like that, it's got to be a real point to get into new space.
Terrell comes in now on the outside.
He kind
Touch
of
to the middle from Yang, and that'll be cleared away now by the Blue-Greens over midfield. Cisse back in there, by the way, and now a little slow getting back. Now Abdul Rahman playing it short. Yang. Anthony Mator for Morris, and now that's going to be a foul on Oriana, and that should be a card. And yeah, a very tactical foul there by Hexie Oriana on the first card in the 31st minute to the Duluth FC outside back.
Yeah, Matt, you can kind of see that one building again. You know, so you go back to the previous sequence, and again, Hexie does a good job to win the ball. He's got to get it off his foot or find new space. Instead, he let the ball kind of dangle out there. And now the very next sequence, he's got to make a hard foul and puts himself on a card.
It looks like the Twinstars getting ready to make a substitution already here, Coach. Just a half hour in. And we'll see who is the player that comes out. Looks like they're going to allow the substitution here. Now Yang, as he plays the ball in, or is that's the injured player that comes back in? I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. I think
my mistake.
The
yeah.
re-entry. Yeah.
I was kind of surprised a little bit there as Barkley comes back into the game. I wasn't sure if they were going to actually make a sub. I wasn't sure if Barkley had returned yet. Now here's a turnover as Foltz plays it wide. 32nd minute, throw coming up now, far side. Diawara trying to step through. And Yang now. Yang trying to turn. Nice job defensively there by Bobai, and now he'll play a crossing ball far side. Edward Nyes, who has all kinds of space. Nyes now cutting in on the left foot. Already has a goal and assist. Now cuts to the middle, gets a shot away, and he scores! 2 goals and an assist for Edward Nyes. Just so much space right now for Nyes on that far side, Coach. This goal coming in the 32nd minute. Now it's 4-1 Duluth FC.
Yeah, Matt, a lot of credit there has to go to Paul Bobai on the initial takeaway. Did a really good job standing him up defensively. And then we just talked about if you can win the ball, find new space, and exactly what he does. He goes in the big diag, recognizes, I think Duluth is in a 4v2 there, plays one up to Edo, and then again, Edo finds the near post goal.
The goal by on the assist, by the way. Like I said, in the 32nd minute. So Duluth FC's goals have come the 11th, the 14th, 29th, and the 32nd minute. So twice now Duluth FC has scored 2 goals within 3 minutes of each other, Coach. And now it's 4-1 here. But right now, Twinstars all turned around defensively right now, Coach. Just a lot of space. Too much of a gap, I think, between their midfield right now and the back four, and it's creating all kinds of problems right now for Minnesota Twinstars. Now Solaris playing it wide now for Liam Pritchard. Pritchard now against Anthony Mator, playing it into the middle. Now Yang's ball through, knocked down there by Zavattini, and now Andre Solaris for the Blue Greens. Ball through the middle. Morris on the intercept. Diawara trying to play it through the middle, picked off, and now getting dumped to the turf here. For Duluth FC was Andre Solaris. It'll be a free kick here for the Blue Greens. 34th minute now. Certainly Duluth FC brought the offense here today, Coach. Came in having scored 11 goals in their first 6 MPSL North Conference contests. Now have 15 on the season.
Yeah, Matt, they're starting to find, I think, some of that form that we were talking about.
And a good bounce back from that early error by Dylan Zavattini, too. I thought that, maybe here we go again, another slow start for Duluth FC, but ever since then, they've certainly have answered the bell, so to speak, here, Coach, and now up by 3 goals.
Matt, am I making this up? Was Jake Starling on the right and Zavattini on the left at the start of the game, and now they've switched where Dylan is playing right and Jake left, or?
No, I think
I could be making that up.
Yeah, I think
it's been a long day.
We may or may not go into more detail on that.
Youth soccer to the max, Matt, and I'm feeling it here.
Here's Conde now in the 18, taking it wide on Zavattini, and Zavattini able to tackle it off of him, and now we'll shield it out. It'll be a goal kick. Nicely done there by Dylan Zavattini. As we're in the 35th minute. It's been a fast-moving opening 45 minutes, Coach. I'm a blink of an eye, and it's 4-1 now. But how about Edward Dyes now? 6 goals on the season for the native of Belgium. He's the first team All-American for his junior college team in Iowa during the fall, and he's a very nifty player. Not the biggest guy in the world, probably about 5'6", 5'7", maybe. But very quick on the outside, and he certainly has had a lot of room to run here so far in the opening 35-plus minutes of this one.
Yeah, Matt, you can see his quality there, and I think his confidence starting to grow, and he's becoming that player where anytime he gets into an isolation situation, 1v1.
It's a ball over the top, that one. Good job tracking back there by Miles Edmondson. Break that one up.
Yeah, really calmly dealt with there from Edmondson.
Now Nye's on the outside, back for Edmondson. Plays his college soccer for UNC Asheville in Asheville, North Carolina, D1 player. Sends it over the midfield line now. Zavattini coming through, wins the head ball. And now there is the aforementioned again, Miles Edmondson. Jake Starling now. The Obamaji now coming back and to step through. Still going, and now he gets dumped from behind, and we'll have free kick. Duluth FC wants to go quickly. Doyle now playing it wide. There's some space now on the outside. Edmondson on the left foot. And to play it through. Didn't get enough lift on it, and will be tackled out. I'll play. All the way back for Starling, in fact.
Yeah, had to be sure on that challenge, Matt. I mean, I think JJ gets there a quarter second earlier, and there's probably a penalty kick situation.
Actually, Oriana flips it over the top. Now here's Roy Doyle. Doyle now stepping around Dulrich Ma. Now he'll chip it up and just miss. The Twinstars having so many problems in the back right now, Coach. They're just not making real definite touches or tackles back there. And nice play there, attempt there by Rory Doyle.
Yeah, it's great to see him having some fun out there. I think that, when you look at that play, he had Edmondson off to the left. I think everybody in the stadium thought he was just going to sort of play the easy ball off to the left there and rather highlighted the center defender and almost earned himself a goal.
Very close on that one. Very close.
I don't think he was expecting Katanga to be off his line as far as he was.
No,
and a good job on the goalkeeper's part to close off that angle.
As off the restart now. Twinstars scored the first goal in this game now, down by 3, playing into the 18. Zeke Foltz off of his line. Able to get that ball away from Ferguson Morris and now holding on to it.
Matt, I'm starting to see Zeke Foltz, his confidence grow in this game as well, and just the timing and rhythm between Foltz and the two center backs just seems to start to click a little bit.
We'll have a free kick now coming up here for the Blue Greens. 38th minute.
But man, we've seen a couple of those through balls now that should be challenging the center backs. We've kind of seen in the last few games where there's been some question marks. Is it the goalkeeper's ball? Is it the center back's ball? And there's just been sort of that moment of hesitation, and it just seems like that's starting to get settled now.
Now here's ball bowled by top of the 18. Being dispossessed by Twinstars. Now they'll try to break it up far side. And Benedica playing it forward. That's brought down now by Zavattini. Solaris playing it into space. Overshot the intended target.
Yeah, and Twinstars are kind of in a position now where they're having to play a lot of long balls, and they're being forced to play them just kind of like straight down the middle of the field. And man, if you've scouted Duluth at all, you're gonna recognize that Jake Starlin and Dylan Zavattini love that, right? Like they're they relish the opportunity just to kind of eat up a lot of those long driven balls.
Miles Edmondson now will send it wide. Here's Edward Nice. 2 goals already for Nice. Ball ball by edge of the 18, trying to cross it in toward Oyabamaji, excuse me. I'll spit it out eventually. As he was making a move toward the 6.
Matt, I'm not as articulate as you. I'm going to go with first. I'm going to go with JJ there.
I wouldn't call myself articulate, Coach. That would be the furthest thing from the truth. But anyway.
By comparison to your company on air here.
As the throw comes in, Nice.
Good ball from Edmondson there,
Yeah,
just
Edmondson.
to take that one time.
Oriana now to the outside. Here's Pritchard, edge of the 18. Liam Pritchard now. In the middle, here's Rory Doyle. Doyle top of the 18. Tried to flick it around. Oyabamaji now, and player goes down. That's Cisse. We play on here. And a ball in now off the right foot of Doyle, and now Katinga will grab it, and Cisse down again. And he's had a tough first 40 minutes here, Coach. He's been down a number of times.
Nifty little combination there. Almost worked between Doyle and JJ. You can see they're kind of chatting out right now, Matt, where Rory, I think, was hoping JJ would release just a half second sooner there. But again, those are the little nuances that just they take time for that chemistry to develop, and you can see, where kind of game recognizes game there, and the two of them really just starting to sort it out, I think.
Man, looks like we're going to have another stoppage here. Have several minutes of added time. Not unlike the first matchup between these two when there was a lot of added time.
Yeah, I got to think probably 5, 6, maybe 7 minutes of added time if they wanted it.
And that's, like I said, that's very reminiscent of the first matchup between these two teams back on the 29th, Coach. It was very much one of those situations where that also took place. And
I give the center official, Connor Tobin, and he's obviously a veteran of the game and a veteran of his role as an official. I give him a lot of credit for kind of keeping a cap on this first half.
so we're going to come back to live action. Katanga's going to give it a ride over toward the right side of the field. And the ball now will be brought down. A couple of players wrestling together there. Here's Zavattini popping it into the air. Now it's Pritchard. Pritchard now sending it forward. Oyabamaji gets cleaned out from behind by Cisse, and the Twinstars bench all up in arms over on the far side of the field. And that's going to be a yellow card. And
Matt, they need to be careful here.
yeah, this could be a red here on Abdul Rahman. He's being very, very demonstrative right now, and now there's all kinds of conversation going on here. It looks like Bobai's over there having a few words, and There's a lot, I think, of chitter chatter happening, Coach.
Yeah, Matt. Whether or not it's a yellow card, I think. I mean, it's an aggressive play for sure, and obviously, you know, I think the contention there from Cisse is that he did win the ball, but I mean, obviously went through the forward through JJ to get there. It's definitely a foul, and you know, again, I think it's probably the center official trying to keep a lid on the game a little bit. So you'd be hard pressed to say that the card was not warranted. I think.
Here's Nyes now for Duluth FC. Sabatini tried to go to the wing. Now it's broken up, and now we're going to have an offside whistle here against Kane. He doesn't seem to know it at the moment. And now another player is down. This is Anthony Mator now. And
yeah, man, I'm not sure, you know, there was contact there, and I saw the center official immediately look over at his AR. So the center official had followed the ball. His eyes had followed the ball, but he immediately looked over at his AR to see was the contact a foul or not. And that's a good example of the officiating crew acting like or working as a team.
Right, yeah.
Because the AR was 10 yards off the contact and knew, I think, full well.
And they're going to talk it out here, and now Kane is arguing with Rory Doyle about the play. As you see Doyle now entering your screen, and now Mator's going to go over and have a few words also with Doyle, and all of a sudden now he's completely fine after writhing around on the ground, and now that's the kind of stuff that just makes me shake my head.
Well, and there's going to be gamesmanship, right? But
Right,
also,
yeah,
like, I think if you're in a Twinstars uniform right now, you need to realize that you're kind of destroying your own credibility, right?
Yeah,
with moments like that. If you want calls to come your way, you have to give, you kind of have to earn the officials' trust a little bit that when they make a call, that they're seeing it the way that it happened, not the way you sort of.
Well, just the way he popped up after writhing around on the ground and ran over.
That's
and
exactly
out,
right.
Perfectly fine. It's like all you can do is just smile and kind of laugh and shake your head at that. That's. And now we're gonna have a conversation. It looks like Starling's gonna maybe have a drop ball here. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, like I said, Matt, the officiating crew did a good job of just kind of follow this play here a little bit. Yeah.
Barkley got right into. He went with a hip check try there on Jake Starling, and
and it was well after the play had already the ball had already left.
And Twinstars, I think, are getting frustrated now with the fact they're down by 3 goals, and a lot of this stuff is just, like you said, gamesmanship.
Yeah, man, like I said, the officiating crew did a good job the first 40 minutes to kind of keep the lid on it, but the antics over the last 5 minutes have really started to kick off.
And the AR came running in, and I think there could very well be a card maybe here, or I'm not sure what. There's going to be a conversation at the very least. Jake Starling running up. You don't see Jake run up on people like that very often, Coach.
Yeah, Matt, and that's not going to help the official's case at all. And the AR is the one that pointed out he saw Starling kind of trail the play and run up to number 2 Barclay, but there's no question Barclay laid him out after the ball had already left his foot, and that needs to be called and needs to be carded. This is an example. I do think the officials got that one wrong.
Yeah. So we'll have some added time here as we are officially now in apparently at 45 minutes. We're now and now we'll have a free kick here for Twinstars, but yeah, the extracurriculars now have gotten almost to the point of bemusing at a certain level here. And Cisse stands over this ball now.
Yeah, and Duluth's going to need to just, I think, get into the half here, pick up no more cards, no silly fouls, and really, obviously not conceding goals. And
now ball up the middle here is Oyabamaji. Now Bobai will send it wide. Now here's Nyes with space. He's got Oyabamaji with him. Nyes now trying to play it into space. Oyabamaji now coming through, gets a shot away, and he scores!
Matt, that's a great goal.
Oyabamaji will get the goal. his second of the game, third of the season. Nyes now with 2 goals and 2 assists in this opening half, and Cisse is down again.
Yeah, Matt Cisse, I mean, he did a good job to really not give Edo much of an angle to play. He kept dropping off, and you were kind of waiting for him to bite, to give JJ that space to run into. And eventually Edo just said, I'm going to play this into space and let my forward go to work. And to get on the end of that ball was a terrific play from JJ. And again, as I was saying, just that 0 to 60 in no time, Matt. I mean, he just turns on that speed, and it's so silky. That was a fun goal to watch.
That was. Oh, and Oyabamaji has that extra burst that you see with that speed. He's about 6'1", 6'2" is Oyabamaji. And
Matt, I think he's got a couple extra bursts. Like there are gears there that he can hit.
As he went all the way up there, he's now got 3 goals. All of them coming in the. And now here's a long field goal attempt here by Barkley, and it ends up being a goal kick here for Duluth FC. As off the restart, now Starling. Now Nyes. 2 goals and 2 assists for the Belgian for the Blue Greens. As this ball now through the middle. Here's Andreas Solaris off the intercept. And now Nyes trying to play it forward. Overhit that one just a bit. We'll see how much added time there is, Coach. Right now we're about into the 4th minute of added time.
Yeah, Edo on that one just tried to play a dive, tried to craft it with the outside of his foot, and just didn't quite wrap his laces through it enough. And you saw the exchange between him and Pritchard. Liam knew he was trying to go diag on that one. And
now here's Edmondson, 3-on-2 for the Blue Greens if they hurry. Edmondson now coming in. Had to play it through the middle. Didn't get as much on it as he wanted, and Cisse able to intercept.
Yeah, and you could see exactly what he wanted there. JJ had pulled the defenders back, and he was looking for that late run from Paul Bolby, and he just went too square on it rather than a diag cutback ball.
And now a foul going to be called here on the Twinstars, and we'll have a free kick here for the Blue Greens. And we'll see how much added time there is left. Big smile on the face there of Paul Bolby.
Yeah, he's having fun out there, Matt. I think this is the best I've seen Paul play up to this point this summer.
Yeah, he's looking very composed on the ball tonight.
Great to see him coming into form.
Finished out his senior season with Christian Brothers in Memphis, Tennessee this past year. Here's Barkley now. Kane coming to the 18 now against Starling. Turns, shoots. That one blocked by Jake Starling. Now comes back out on top, Barkley. And now Morris. Will cross it in back post and overhits everything. Overcooked the ball with his left foot, and we'll have a goal kick coming up for Fultz.
Yeah, man, you can see, I mean, that's where the yellow card changes things a little bit. I mean, Jake Starling, I think, changed his approach a little bit to what we're used to seeing. I think he would probably initiate a little bit more contact there if he's not on a card, so he's going to have to kind of dial in where he wants, because I think he maybe could have, there was room for him to get more aggressive. I think it's obviously on his mind that he is on a card, so in the second half he's going to kind of start to skirt that balance a little bit more.
And now off of the goal kick, the first 45 minutes now are officially in the books. And I'd say it's been action-packed, Coach, would be an understatement. A lot of fouls, a lot of chitter-chatter. 6 goals, 5 of them for the Blue Greens. 2 goals for Edward Nyes, 2 goals for JJ Oyabamaji. Liam Pritchard with a goal as well. Tormakane actually, it seems like a long time ago now, opened up the scoring in the 3rd minute for Twinstars. But all in all, 5 goals in the opening 45 minutes for Duluth FC. It's already a season high in total goals for the year. And your impressions of that opening 45 minutes, Coach, from an overall standpoint?
Well, man, I think we saw kind of a flying start for the game, right? And then, just as somebody who's seen Duluth here over the past few weeks, love their response. I mean, to hit that early adversity and to really come out and just score goal after goal, put the pressure on and make a few adjustments. Really good to see from them in the first half. And I think we're going to see some fireworks in the second half here, Matt. So
could very well see a few more goals in the back of the net before the night is out. Either way, 45 minutes in the books. Duluth FC leading at 5-1. We'll take an extended break and then come back with the start of the second half in about 15 minutes. This is Duluth FC Soccer brought to you by the Blue Green Stream Team.
Welcome to Volkswagen of Duluth. From our no commission sales team to our transparent video maintenance, you are our priority. As you explore, you'll feel the excitement and confidence that comes with driving a Volkswagen. From the North Shore down to Canal, discover Duluth in a whole new way. Come visit us. Your adventure starts with Volkswagen of Duluth.
For nearly 75 years, the Synovus Superior Refinery has been an important part of our community. Our employees live and work here. From the creation of jobs to fueling marine transportation, the products we make help energize our region. At Synovus, we believe in giving back to our community.
Synovus is proud to support Duluth FC. Good luck on your 2024 season, Blue Greens.
Synovus Energy, invested in our community.
I'm Dr. Jordan Lindholm. I'm a family medicine physician. I think it's really important to have your own primary care provider because we're kind of the first stop, and then we can refer you to the specialist if that is what's needed. We like to explore the parks and trails of Duluth, both good for exercise as well as it's good for your overall mental health. When I see all the improvement that my patients have made over time, it feels very rewarding. That's the reason why I went into medicine.
Wow.
It doesn't have to be complicated to be cool. Simple is cool. With the G7, everything is in reach.
My name is Dr. Joel Edwall, and I'm a family medicine physician. I think a lot of wellness comes down to balancing simple things like sleep, going outside, being active and moving, not staring at a screen for 12 hours a day, diet and eating the right foods at the right times. I think we live happier, healthier, more productive lives. We have more energy, we have better relationships with those around us, and we have an overall higher quality of life.
Welcome to Volkswagen of Duluth. From our no-commission sales team to our transparent video maintenance, you are our priority. As you explore, you'll feel the excitement and confidence that comes with driving a Volkswagen. From the North Shore down to Canal, discover Duluth in a whole new way. Come visit us. Your adventure starts with Volkswagen of Duluth.
For nearly 75 years, the Synovus Superior Refinery has been an important part of our community. Our employees live and work here. From the creation of jobs to fueling marine transportation, the products we make help energize our region. At Synovus, we believe in giving back to our community.
Synovus is proud to support Duluth FC. Good luck on your 2024 season, Blue Greens.
Synovus Energy, invested in our community.
I'm Dr. Jordan Lindholm. I'm a family medicine physician. I think it's really important to have your own primary care provider because we're kind of the first stop, and then we can refer you to the specialist if that is what's needed. We like to explore the parks and trails of Duluth, both good for exercise as well as it's good for your overall mental health. When I see all the improvement that my patients have made over time, it feels very rewarding. That's the reason why I went into medicine.
Wow.
It doesn't have to be complicated to be cool. Simple is cool. With the G7, everything is in reach.
My name is Dr. Joel Edwall, and I'm a family medicine physician. I think a lot of wellness comes down to balancing simple things like sleep, going outside, being active and moving, not staring at a screen for 12 hours a day, diet and eating the right foods at the right times. I think we live happier, healthier, more productive lives. We have more energy, we have better relationships with those around us, and we have an overall higher quality of life.
Matt Johnson, Coach Joe Mooney, and the rest of our crew here from the Blue Green Stream Team back at Walt Hunting Stadium. Marv Heiken in field, 5-1 your score at the break. Quick reminder, by the way, our next broadcast, next home game, by the way, for the Duluth FC Blue Greens will come up a week from tonight, June 15th, against Force FC. That'll be game 2 of the Minnesota Super Cup for 2024 for the Blue Greens, an unfamiliar opponent. And we'll be right here to bring it to you here. All 90 minutes of it. 7 p.m. the opening kick, 6:45 the pregame. The Blue Greens meanwhile will be next in action on this coming Wednesday, taking on Minnesota Blizzard for the first time. Of course, MPSL North newcomers along with Siouxland United, as we talked about earlier in the campaign. That'll be a 7 p.m. game. So a couple of unfamiliar opponents for the Blue Greens coming up this week, Coach, but still have 45 minutes to play here. To say that opening 45 minutes was action-packed would be, I think, a bit of an understatement. 6 goals, 5 of them for the Blue Greens. Series of cards and a few histrionics to boot. But the Blue Greens right now, 5 goals up on the board through 45 minutes. I can't remember the last time I think a Duluth FC team scored 5 goals and a half, Coach. I'm not sure that that's happened since the lacrosse Ayers game a few years ago.
Yeah, Matt, they poured it on, and we were kind of saying, right at the end of the half, like, what are the odds that this game finishes 11-11? There were a lot of sparks, especially in the last 5 minutes of regulation, and then added injury time. But it'll be interesting to see how both teams approach the second half, and if the antics kind of calm down and there's an actual football match out there, certainly what we'd like to see.
2 goals each for JJ Oyabamaji and Edward Nyes here for Duluth FC. For Nyes, he now has 6 goals in the season, also 2 assists for the Belgian. Oyabamaji now with 3 goals on the season. Liam Pritchard actually got the Blue Greens started in the scoring department in the 11th minute with his first on an assist from Nyes. And Fator Makane has the lone marker so far here on the evening for Twinstars, who will kick off here. Orlando Barkley will do the honors here as the Twinstars are going from left to right here in this second 45 minutes. The Blue Greens meanwhile will be going from right to left. Quick reminder also, before we get this second half underway, Cirrus is the recognized global leader in personal aviation and is expanding in Duluth. Voted as Duluth's best large employer, Cirrus offers on-site training, competitive play, paid time off, 401k match, and career growth opportunities. Visit cirrusaircraft.com to apply today. As the second 45 minutes is underway. And it'll be interesting, like I said, to see how this second half plays out here, Coach. 4-goal game here. And now here's the ball over the top, looking for the aforementioned Fator Makane. Makane now, edge of the Blue Green 18, now will curl the ball in over the top of everybody, and that'll run out of real estate, it looks like, just barely. Goal kick here coming up for Zeke Foltz. By the way, the Twinstars have gone to the bench already. Saleh Hassan is in for the first time in the game. He came in at the break, number 17 in white. As we'll have a goal kick here now for Zeke Foltz. Plays it short here. Dylan Zabatini. Now Andre Solaris with the aforementioned Hassan in his back, and now a turnover here for the Blue Greens will lead to a throw here for Twinstars.
Matt, trying to determine if Twinstars actually changed systems at half as well. It looks like maybe they shifted Mator out to a right fullback.
And they brought Abdul Rahman more centrally here. Looks like he's almost going to play like a sweeper position here. Yeah, Mator's gone to the right back spot.
Yeah, it looks like with Abdullah Rahman and Cisse as the center backs then. And
here's Liam Pritchard.
Left back, number 25.
Yeah, that's Morris in the first half. He was playing on a midfield role on the left side in that opening 45 minutes.
Yeah, kind of a left wing back.
And now Abdul Rahman will spray it on a play. Quick throw here from Edmondson. Now Nyes. Nyes looking for the hat trick. Now passes it through the middle. Ball's loose, and Nyes! And the flag's going to go up on the far side. Nyes thought he had the hat trick on that one. And
yeah, it looks like it maybe just came back off of JJ. I'm not sure if it... Did it come back?
I'm not really even sure. Katenga came out and tried to cut down the angle. And then it came right back to Nyes, and he was standing near post and just kind of roofed it over the top of Katanga, but it will not count. Nevertheless, here's a ball now into space, and Cisse is playing on a yellow card. As our Hexie Oriana and Jake Starling for the Blue Greens, and now here's a long run far side of the field. Step over move now, and here's Oriana playing on one of those yellow cards for Duluth FC. And he'll just clear it out. It'll be a throw here coming up for Twinstars.
The way that Doyle kind of twisted to get that last diagonal ball off, it looked like he came up limping a little bit. Certainly kind of an awkward delivery that he had to make to wrap his body around and try to get that diagonal ball to go through.
Throw comes in now, edge of the 18. Now just shot by Hassan. Scuffed it with his left foot a bit there. Had some space in the middle of the blue-green 18-yard box, but like I said, scuffed it with the left foot there, Coach. And free kick now from the goal spot. Zeke Foltz. Oriana now will turn. And now Oyabamaji, who had a big first half, 2 goals in that opening 45 minutes, and now a throw coming up for Duluth FC, far sideline. Zabatini will go all the way back now for Foltz. Now Mator trying to chest it to the outside for Kane, who wasn't looking for it. Ended up hitting him right in the back. Now here's Nyes, near side, against Abdul Rahman. And Abdul Rahman now will go to the top of his own 18, Katenga. Will play it over the midfield stripe. Actually, Oriana over the top now. Paul Bobai on the run. Trying to cross it in toward the 6. Nobody in the black jersey over there. Now Mator. Ball forward, popped up into the air. Solaris, Doyle, Nyes. The outside, Oyabamaji now against Rahman. Edge of the 18. JJ Oyabamaji against Abdul Rahman, and it'll go out of play. And they're going to call a foul on JJ. It looks like they are. It'll be a free kick here coming up. Katenga will take it. Check that. Looks like Cisse will come over and take it instead. We're in the 50th minute now, actually going into the 51st minute here from Walt Hunting Stadium, Marv Heikkinen Field in Duluth. Lights are on. And there is literally no wind on the field right now, according to the flagpole across the way, Coach. The flag is completely limp. You don't see that very often on this field.
Matt, I think that's changed about 18 times throughout the day here.
Right, it's completely limp over there. It's supposed to be a beautiful night for soccer. That was sort of the preliminary weather report that we had. Like I said, we had some scattered showers before opening kick, but nothing since the opening kickoff. So as the throw comes in now, and here's Edmondson with the left foot. He'll volley it far side. Abdul Rahman will run it down here for Twinstars.
Matt, another big game going on in the Twin Ports tonight, the Superior City women's side.
Ball coming over the top now. Here's Starling heading it down. Diawara now will play it outside. Here's Hassan. Back in the middle. And now a angling ball over the top. Nobody near side. Picked up by Mator. And now he'll dance his way out of play. You were saying, Coach?
Oh, just another big matchup tonight at Superior City women's side. And the UPSL women taking on Vlora. They're up 2-0 going in the second half. I don't have the goal scorers.
Combination of UWS and UMD players on that team that are local products. Also,
a couple of high school kids coming up. Yeah. Scholastica's got a show in there too, so a really good.
W. Eau Claire has got some players on there.
Yep, Molly's up from Eau Claire. I mean, so it's a really great cast of characters. I've had a chance to work with them on a semi-regular basis.
One of your former players is the head coach,
Aaron Blanchard, doing a great job.
You and I have known Blanche for a long time, and
yeah,
he's as nice a guy as you're going to run into in the coaching industry. Aaron Blanchard, who most recently was the head coach at Northland College.
Terrific young coach. Does a great job on the women's side too. Really brought, I think, a lot of credibility to that role. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of in its infancy. They're in their second year on the women's side there, and like I said, I mean, it's a really good group, and I'm sure you've seen them play, and you've seen a lot of those players play at their various colleges.
Yep. And I have indeed. I cover both UMD and UWS women, so I know a lot of those players. In fact, more than half of them are players that I covered in the fall.
Yeah, so. Matt, it's a terrific level.
restart here off of a injury timeout on the field. No harm, no foul, though, apparently here. As Andre Solaris now for Duluth FC. He'll go way back for Zeke Holtz. And he'll square it outside now for team captain Jake Starling. Starling playing on a yellow card. Moves the ball forward. Now here is Edward Nyes. Bangling ball, trying to release it to the outside, looking for Liam Pritchard. A little bit short on the ball. But those balls from the midfield to the wings have been pretty much spot on all night, Coach.
Yeah, that was an athletic play. I think that was Morris that brought that ball down out of the left back. It just about snuck through, and again, a really athletic effort on his part.
Oyabamaji now onside on the right foot. Nice little flick pass that time from Paul Bobai, who has been very solid tonight. Starting midfield role for him. Now Doyle squares it outside. Edmondson. Starling. Doyle. Nyes now. He's onside. Takes it to the 18. Crosses it in. Now here's Oyabamaji with the shot. With the left foot. Didn't get as much on it as he wanted. And Katanga able to scoop it off the turf.
Yeah, his first touch, Matt, was a great one. I mean, I think it really put him in the path to get a good shot off and just kind of misstruck it there.
Here's Kane trying to come back quickly here for Twinstars. In the middle now, Parkley. And Bobai tracking back. Well done that time by Paul Bobai. Started his career at University of South Carolina Upstate before transferring to Christian Brothers. Did Paul Bobai. An aspiring marathon runner, by the way. Grandma's Marathon coming up in about a week or two.
I can't imagine Sean Morgan is going to let him run a full marathon here.
It was a fascinating conversation I had with Paul Bobai last year about this topic. Actually, it was very interesting. Most of his teammates that were standing there thought he was nuts.
Yeah.
But he he made a point of saying, yeah, that's something he wants to do whenever his soccer career ends, is that he would like to train for a marathon. And
okay, so this is the Twilight plan.
Yes, this is the Twilight plan. This is not... I told him I had broadcasted a few marathons, including Grandma's, over the years, and he kind of lit up a little bit, and I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, Paul's such a fun personality, isn't he?
He is indeed. Here's out on top, ball through the middle. A lot of bodies in there, and now the Blue Greens will just clear it over the sideline for a throw. But yeah, I was surprised to hear that from Paul Bobai. I could see him doing it. As the throw comes in now, here's Mator. Kane now for Twinstars.
Matt, I think Kane has been such a bright spot for the Twinstars tonight.
Now a ball in the middle, looking for Barkley, headed away there. Nicely done by Dylan Zabatini. Really good in the air, Zabatini.
Yeah, he's...
Now a ball in the space from Nyes. Here's Oyabamaji now, and now he runs headlong into Jafar Abdul Rahman. Both guys hit the deck, no call.
Yeah, and I think the officials there probably thought JJ was looking for the foul. There certainly was contact there.
Now here's Cisse. Into the middle now, Hassan. Playing kind of a holding midfield role, although he's gotten forward quite a bit here for Twinstars. On that left foot. Now Abdul Rahman to the far side. Continue the ball on now. Diawara now trying to cross it in behind everybody. And now here's Bobai, the aspiring marathon runner. Paul Bobai. Yeah, like I said, you don't see too many soccer players that... I see quite a few that actually are willing to run like a 5K or maybe a half marathon. But yeah, he's talking about running a full 26.2 miles whenever his soccer career ends. So.
Yeah, Paul doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's going to do anything halfway, right? So I think it's kind of full marathon or bust, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. As the throw comes in now far side, and here's Hassan now with a long shot, and that one right high and wide. 35-yard attempt there from Hassan with the left foot.
Matt, we got a chance, obviously, to check in with co-owner John Schuster at halftime, and it was fun to hear his just sort of elation at how well the three strikers are starting to find their rhythm and some of their movement. And John, obviously not a soccer mind by trade, but he's certainly picked it up over the last few years, and so for him to really recognize that movement was cool to hear.
Duluth FC now going to the bench, and now here is Roy Doyle getting dumped unceremoniously from behind. Axel Patal has come in, by the way, for Hexie Oriana.
Great to see Axel back.
Now, Axel started the first few games of the season for the Blue Greens and then didn't even suit up for the last few, but back in there now.
Yeah, picked up an ankle injury early on, and it just seemed to kind of nag at him for a few weeks.
And Batal, a native of Denmark. He's the first Danish player in club history. Can't remember if we've had any Danes before. As Jake Starling now bending a ball near side. Miles Edmondson. Edmondson in the middle. Here's Paul Bobai. Bobai now on the run. Top of the 18, got stripped of it. Now Oya Bamaji trying to turn around Abdul Rahman, who kind of just bodied him up there. No call, we play on. Ball through the middle. A swinging handball attempt there by Diawara, and Coach Sean Morgan can't believe he didn't call that.
Yeah, no, I think Tobin, Connor Tobin, the mid center rep, just I think got it wrong when he first pointed.
Okay.
Because it definitely went off at Diawara there. There was no question.
When he reached out with a full hand.
Yeah.
On that one. Now we haven't quite got to the restart here, apparently. You don't usually see Sean is actually quite stoic on the bench, but that was about as animated as he gets.
Yeah, it was a pretty obvious one, and again, this happens for a center official. You get kind of turned around in terms of your directions.
Here's Nyes now, who's had a huge night. 2 goals, 2 assists for the Belgian. There's Doyle now to the outside.
An eyelash off of a hat trick there, Matt.
Yeah, he would have liked to have seen the replay on that last one. Maybe that's one of those things we can go back and look at, like after the game, Coach. But yeah, that one in the first couple of minutes of this half, another strange-looking play. But here's Oya Bamaji now in the 18, and now headed back by Mator into the arms of Katenga. Katenga's had kind of an interesting night back there as well. In the meantime now, Twinstars now, here's a foul going to be called on Axel Batal.
Oh, he's gone to his book, Matt.
Batal going to become the 3rd blue-green booked in this game, it looks like. Yep. That one comes in the 61st minute.
Matt, it's probably a yellow card. I'm sure Captain Jake Starling, I'm sure probably Sean Morgan too are going to let the center official know that was his first foul of the game and really his first involvement in the game. It's always one of my favorite go-tos as a coach is to let the official know, like, it can't be a yellow card. It's his first foul, right? So he can get away with anything at this point.
I guess it depends on the severity of it.
Yeah.
Now Sabatini is going down in a heap over on that far side. And it'll be, I think, just a regular foul here. And 61st minute. So far, cooler heads have prevailed for the most part here in the second half after we had some fireworks in the opening 45 minutes.
Yeah, Matt, it's been a much more, I think, just kind of football-oriented second half so far.
In the meantime, like I said, a free kick now, about 20, 25 yards away from Zeke Voltz's goal to our right. And it looks like it will be Salah Hassan that will stand over this free kick here for Twinstars as he loops it in, going up. And grabbing it was Voltz. Zeke Voltz, who once upon a time was a tight end. And as a result has very soft hands.
Matt, that looked like a tight end touchdown catch, right? Just kind of high pointed it there.
There's Mator now to the outside. Diawara. And now headed down here on the outside. Here's Doyle. Sending it wide here for Batal, and that one will go out of play.
Matt, Duluth looks composed right now. They look good. I'd like to see them kind of hit that urgency button here again as they go into the second 62nd minute.
Looks like Batal wants to, excuse me, that's going to be Nye standing over. Now it's going to be Batal standing over in here.
Again, Matt, it looks professional, it looks calm, it looks organized, but again, I just like to see them hit that next gear again and really try to put the pedal down.
Zabatini actually will line this one up. Now he goes long over the top. Here's Pritchard on the inside and tried to volley it home. Timed his run well. The flag stayed down.
Yeah, Matt, and that's a hard ball to try to get on the end of I was just explaining this to a couple of folks at the youth tournament today. When the ball is traveling away from you to try to get the end of the volley.
Here's Pritchard again with the shot attempt, and the rebound is there, and they score! Oyabamaji with the hat trick. The ball coming in from Axel Patal. Just kind of a mindless turnover there by Twinstars. Came right in the middle. Shot attempt was taken there by Liam Pritchard initially. Save was made by Patanga, but he couldn't corral the rebound. And Oyabamaji with goal number 4 on the season, his 3rd of the night. That one in the 64th minute. Makes it now 6-1 in favor of the Blue Greens.
Matt, I think there was a bit of confusion up here in the booth. A couple folks thought maybe they were calling it offside, and there were certainly some looks for it, but the defense had dropped off so far on the initial shot that JJ was obviously onside there.
Like I said, that goal coming 63rd minute.
Matt, just as we said, we wanted to see that urgency button hit, and less than a minute later, they're on the score sheet again here in the second half.
So the hat trick for Oyabamaji. And it's now a 6-1 game, 6 straight for the Blue Greens after giving up the game's first goal in the first 3 minutes. Twinstars now will send it outside. Here's Mator. In the middle, and now Yang will take a fall. Foul going to be called on Andre Solaris. Free kick coming up. This was a big game, not just because the Blue Greens fell to Twinstars in their first matchup, but goal differential also becomes a tie-breaking thing here, with top 4 advancing to the MPSL playoffs from the MPSL North. And so any type of tiebreaker advantage you can get is something that you should look for. As Abdul Rahman, now Katanga coming out, and miscommunication could have been an issue there. Now is Katanga coming all the way up the field. Now he'll just send a ball to space apparently on that play. I'm not sure where he was trying to go with that ball, to be honest with you. And now here's Cisse. And now we have a whistle and a foul call behind the play. We'll have a free kick for the Blue Greens. Looks like about 40, 45 yards away from goal. Kind of a strange looking play again. Katanga's taken some kind of odd angles to balls tonight here, Coach. And
yeah, that one between Katanga and Abdul Rahman, really tough, man. I mean, like, it was really right up to the last second who was going to take charge of that ball. And
now this ball will go out. We'll have a throw up on the far side. Patal wants to go quickly in for Nyes, and now it looks like we're going to have a substitution. It looks like Tyler Limmer's going to check in. And he's going to probably take out, I'm guessing, well, I'm not sure who. Tyler Limmer right now entering the field of play, and it is going to be JJ Oyabamaji who's going to be done for the night. And what a shift he put in tonight, Coach. 3 goals. This tally's coming on the 14th, the 45th, and the 63rd minute. 4 goals on the season for the So 3 goals for Oyabamaji. And we'll have a throw here now.
yeah, Matt, I think JJ has to be pretty pleased with his performance tonight. I'm sure the staff equally pleased.
And now on the outside, we'll see if Tyler Limmer, who hasn't scored since the opener against Joy St. Louis Park. He scored 2 goals of the 3, actually, that Duluth FC scored that night, and hasn't scored since. Still sitting on 2 goals. Had 10 goals a year ago for the Blue Greens to lead the team.
Yeah, Matt, sometimes that, just that late entry into a game for a forward can be really good. You get a chance to kind of come into a game when you've already seen it settled in and kind of put your stamp on it, and that's a great way to get a forward sort of restarted in his goal-scoring form. Great turn there from Andre Solaris.
Solaris coming forward now, angling ball near side. Here's Nyes. Getting it on now, Miles Edmondson. Edmondson for the Blue Greens. Nyes now touching it in. Here's Limmer. Tyler Limmer just runs out of real estate there. Good idea.
Nice sequence there.
Yep, nice three-way passing play between Edmondson, Nyes, and Limmer for the Blue Greens. And we'll have a goal kick here coming up. Looks like we're going to have a substitution now for Twinstars as well. Looks like Guzman Cisse might be done for the night as he walks off far side of the field. Goal kick here for Katanga. 69th minute here in a 6-1 contest. Now Doyle. Nye is trying to step through. Now Paul Bobai to the outside now, Liam Pritchard. Batal will take over for him. And a turnover there for the Blue Greens. And one thing that I've seen, Coach, and this has been nice to see as well, after that opening kind of gaff that gave the Twinstars that early lead, Coach, Blue Greens have really cleaned up in the back four here, which is, again, nice to see.
Yeah,
they've looked top. Now chipped over, back post, nice, trying to slide it home. Actually, that was Limmer, I think.
Yeah, that was Tyler Limmer. Almost got a touch on that ball, Matt.
But the back four has cleaned it up quite nicely, Coach, here over the last about 65 minutes or so.
Yeah, they've looked way more composed, Matt. And again, those are things that it takes time for a back four to sort of find that form. Coaches always want to see that happen overnight. Fans want to see it happen overnight. But the reality is, again, I mean, these guys have only been in training for a few weeks.
Starling now. Here's Solaris to the outside now. Dylan Zabatini.
It's a tough ball back from Liam Pritchard there. Just sure wanted to take a lot of the bounce out of it. And Zabatini did a good job to kind of clean it up there.
Now an angling ball on the near side. Eric Rosas, by the way, is the player that came in to replace Cisse earlier on. For Twinstars, excuse me. Now Kane. Playing it over the top. Diawara trying to turn. Had a shot attempt there. Might have waited a little too long to get the shot away. Here's Doyle now. Well done to square to the outside for Axel Batal. Nice. And now it'll be played out. And we'll have a throw coming up here for Twinstars. We're going to make 3 changes here. 71st minute.
Looks like Duluth's got one coming on too. That's Felipe Luis.
And Felipe Santos going to come on. Replace Edward Nyes, who had 2 goals, 2 assists tonight.
Yeah, and again, Matt, coaching staff, Edward Nyes, like they have to look at this as a really good performance tonight. And I think he's really starting to make his stamp. He's starting to figure out that role. You know, I think he thinks of himself as more as like that number 10, that attacking center mid. They've asked him to play out on the wing, and I think he's starting to realize he can get some space out there, isolate into 1v1 opportunities, and he can be really dynamic out there.
Well, the throw coming up now is Santos playing his customary left side role here.
They've been pretty protective of his minutes up to this point, Matt.
Coming off of a season-ending lower body injury this past year at Mercyhurst. And actually really got off to a good start that last season for the Lakers before he got injured. Now here's Pritchard to the outside. Batal trying to play it into the middle. Flag goes up. I think they're going to get...
Yeah, and again, you know, Liam did all the hard work there. I'd like to see when he takes that touch around the defender to go more diagonal at the goal. And what that does is if you go directly down the field at full speed, you force the forward in front of you to also go full speed, which means he's going to run out of real estate. If you go diagonally there, you let your forward actually check himself onside.
General admission ticket for $5. Offer valid till July 21st.
Zeke Folzer with a big play as the back pass from Jake Starling. Might have caught Kane as well. This is rolling around a bit at the top of the blue-green 18, and we're going to have a stoppage here as Foltz. There's really nothing in that in terms of trying to be aggressive there, just trying to make a play. And
Yeah, and you see the respect between the two players again. I think Kane has been the bright spot for Twinstars tonight. And Fultz obviously didn't want to, obviously kind of create any kind of injury there or anything like that. But it's an aggressive play by both players, and I think they both got it right.
And we'll have a drop ball here. Duluth FC going to make a change as well. Looks like it might be Charlie Wood coming into the game here. And it's going to be Rory Doyle that's going to check out.
Yeah, man, I think that's a smart move on the coaching staff's part there. Rory's been terrific tonight as usual. He also draws a lot of attention as a player.
He does indeed, yeah.
He doesn't shy away from any kind of contact or any kind of conflict on the field, right? And so if the game were to take a nasty turn, he's a player that you want to be protective of. And I think, again, put in a really good shift tonight. And kind of goes to the bench saying, job well done. And kind of on to the next, I think, right?
Exactly. So Charlie Wood comes in to replace Rory Doyle here. We have 15 minutes plus extra time or so remaining on the evening here from Duluth, where the Blue Greens maybe up the game's first goal in the first 3 minutes, and you thought to yourself, well, this might be an interesting game tonight here, but ever since then, the Blue Greens have been in control here. And now Solaris gets brought down, and we're going to have a foul called here on Twinstars. 6 straight goals. Duluth FC scored 5 of their 6 goals in the opening 45 minutes.
Man, we should make mention of the substitute, Charlie Wood. I think really made a splash when he first came on this year. Got a bit quiet, over the next couple games, but I feel like his last outing was, again, one of his best. And really, when he's on, he can add a lot of quality to the midfield. Really creative player. Fit player. I mean, gets around the pitch a lot, finds really dangerous pockets to get into, and he can be a game changer for sure.
Foul on Bobai right at the midfield stripe here against Vinny Lohr, who is one of the substitutes here for Twinstars as he'll play this ball in. Mator now on the right foot, sending it to the far side of the field, and now here's Pritchard. Charlie Wood. Before I mentioned Charlie Wood. Now here's Hassan to the outside. Ball to the near side now. Here's Rosas. Felipe Santos now off the strip and the steal. Now a ball into space.
Yeah, he's going to be called off there, Matt. Yeah, it just seemed like Limmer and Felipe could not get their timing sorted out there. I think Felipe Luis had a couple opportunities to play that ball in, and Limmer tried to hold up his run.
Here's Salah Hassan now. Lubic dancing there. Now here's Balbai playing over the top, looking for Limmer. Limmer coming through. Had it poked away. Now on the outside, Liam Pritchard going to wait for his teammate to get back on side. I think he was going to try to get it into him in the 6.
Yeah, kind of a lazy ball in there from Pritchard. I would like to see more pace on that ball.
Now Zabatini. Now here's a turnover. Now Kane playing it into space. Fultz off of his line. Got big on that one. Full stretch by Zeke Fultz, and he'll grab that ball using that 6'2" frame of his.
Yeah.
And he'll grab that one off the turf here.
Yeah, Matt, I think if I'm the coaching staff right now, I'm talking to Dylan, and I'm just saying, when you're turning back with the ball back towards your own goal, you're getting into trouble. Try to keep the ball in front of you.
There's Pritchard now.
Obviously want you to be able to play out of it, but not at the expense of giving away some of these opportunities.
Bobai turning on the inside. Now Bobai for the Blue Greens. Trying to force that ball through the middle. Got broken up, and now a long ball over the top. And here's a foot race now. Kane, Zabatini, Starling both back there. Kane now trying to measure it up. Turning back now. Waited too long. Tried to feed it across to the far side. And it got broken up. Well, it's a lot of running there for Kane. Not able to get the ball toward the goal.
Matt, I mean, just another example of how much fun he's been to watch tonight.
Now the Blue Greens from the back. Here's Jake Starling now trying to calm things down a bit. Foul ball by for Duluth FC to the outside. Zabatini back for Foltz. And now we're going to have a foul called as Vinny Lohr got into the back there of Andre Solaris. It'll be a free kick here for Duluth FC. About 13 minutes of regulation time plus whatever added time our center referee decides to put into the book here tonight. Twinstars making another substitution here. Leon Brownell is in. Liam Pritchard also checking out, by the way. Manny Morales is in there for Duluth FC. Now there's a ball for Santos. Flag stays down. Felipe Santos now at an angle. Lays it across the front of goal. Katenga couldn't find it. Ball still loose.
Man, Limmer's hungry for that first goal, isn't he, man?
We're just waiting to see that one. Katenga's had a hard time corralling rebounds today.
Yeah, he's caught up a couple. He's been good at making the first save on a few occasions, but he's also allowed some second opportunities.
Starling tried to, I think, flip that outside for Miles Edmondson, who was making the run up the sideline. Now Lohr to the outside. Now through the middle, here's Kane. Still running hard, even with his team down by 5 goals, is Fatorme Kane, and that will go out of play. And one thing we haven't seen a lot tonight is corner kicks, Coach.
Yeah, Twinstars got what was it, like 3 or 4 in a row in the first 5-6 minutes of the game.
We really haven't seen any since.
Yeah.
It's been most of the game played pretty much just running up and down the field. Not a lot of stoppages or set pieces in this game. Saleh Hassan, standing over this one now. Corner kick, first one in the second half from the near side flag.
Another substitute came on. I think that's Kareem Darbaki that just came on, Matt.
That's a long time. Yeah, it is. It's Kareem Darbaki who's come back in. He's a guy that I think most Twinstars fans also know very well. Hasn't played in a few years, I don't think.
And he's a guy I think everybody
NPSL, but he's a guy that
knows. Yeah.
Did a fair amount of coaching actually last year in the NPSL. I remember him being one of the assistant coaches under Youssef Darbaki, and actually I think that Karim in his prime, he was a guy who was getting some professional looks.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's number 30, by the way, in white. It's on your screen there to the left. And Jake Starling now gives this a right over the top, looking for Felipe Santos. Headed down. Now I'm not sure what that was all about. And here's a shot attempt by Santos. Brownell got a little bit turned around on that. He's trying to head it back for Katanga. That could have been dangerous as well.
And Felipe Luis is one of his specialties is when a defender turns back to goal, he is deceptively fast at kind of hitting that nice gear. And if a touch gets away from a defender at all, he's extremely opportunistic, Matt.
Well, now Limmer takes a flying leap.
That's going to be a penalty.
And we're going to have a penalty here. Katanga came running out, and on the back pass was very, I guess you could say, kind of lackadaisically played back. Katanga came barreling off of his line, and Limmer got undercut, so it'll be a penalty kick here for the Blue Greens in the 82nd minute. So it's kind of a funny looking play as Limmer was trying to win the race of the ball. It was a slow back pass. And now
and I think
spot kick here for the Blue Greens.
They're arguing, against the penalty, but to be honest, man, I mean, there was no touch on the ball. You've made significant contact with the forward. It's going to be a penalty, I think, every time.
Jake Starling looks like he's going to be the one to take it here for the Blue Greens. Playing in front of his friends and family tonight, who made the trip up from Dade City, Florida, to watch him play. The all-time leader in starts. And now we're going to have a yellow card given to somebody. It might have been Darbaki.
Yeah, Darbaki picked up the yellow there.
All-time leader in starts, minutes played, and appearances for the Blue Greens. Now stands over this one, 12 yards from goal. We're in the 83rd minute. Jake Starling. And he will finish it. Back of the net, Starling's first goal of the season. That goal coming in the 83rd minute. 7 goals up on the board now for Duluth FC, and they lead this game 7-1. And now the Twinstars are arguing amongst each other here.
Yeah, very calm take there from the captain, Jake Starling. I'm sure Tyler Limmer is going to say, next one's mine. Let's get our center forward on the score sheet, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But I think I mentioned in the last broadcast, Matt, I'm not opposed to letting somebody else take the penalty.
That's right. You had an interesting point on it. You think that sometimes the guys that draw the penalty are a little bit too amped. And so that's sort of, and maybe even a little bit off just because of the physical nature of the play that might have created the penalty. Or I know that you were explaining it kind of along those lines.
Yeah, I've got a few reasons for it, Matt, but I will say that I had a few folks who listened into the broadcast that challenged me on that. Fair enough.
To each his own. I'm not necessarily suggesting that you're wrong on that. I mean, you and I have known each other for a long time now, Coach. Here's Jarbaki trying to come inside now after he got the yellow card just a moment ago. I've covered your teams a lot. I've seen a lot of different guys take penalty kicks for you over the years.
Yeah, and to be honest, Matt, what it really comes down to is who really wants it in the moment.
You certainly have had your fair share of guys who could finish on penalty kicks. There's no doubt about that. Now there's a ball over the top. Limmer maybe holding up his run just a little bit. Maybe felt like he was offside there.
Well, he saw the AR stop his run and knew he would be called offside if he didn't. So he just kind of. That's a veteran move by the forward.
And we'll have a throw now here for Miles Edmondson. He's had kind of a quiet night. And now Solars gets taken down from behind, and the referee going for his pocket here, and it's going to be a yellow card against.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those, Matt, if that's the first time that happens in the game, he's probably not carding it, but that foul where the player has turned back toward goal and then gotten clipped has been seen a number of times tonight, so I think it's an accumulation type card.
And we'll have a free kick now here for the Blue Greens. 85th minute. Duluth FC will be back on the road on Wednesday to take on Minnesota Blizzard on the Twin Cities. That game will actually be played in Lakeville, which is one of the southernmost suburbs of the Twin Cities metro area. And then they'll be back home a week from tonight to take on Force FC, which will be interesting. That'll be a Minnesota Super Cup match. Coach Mooney and I will be along for that one. That'll be an interesting contest. I'm not real familiar with Force FC, but I'll do my research in between now and Saturday, of course.
Yeah, Matt, a couple new names that we haven't seen kind of back to back.
Yep. Of course, we saw Siouxland United earlier in the season against the Blue Greens here. Now here's a ball in the middle. Paul Bobai trying to step through, looking for the handball call. And now a left-footed ball over the top. Kane continuing to run hard here. Edge of the Blue-Green 18. Stepping through, playing the ball. Nicely done there by Andre Solars to break it up. Now here's Limmer. Back now Charlie Wood. Angling ball. Here's Santos. Felipe Santos now for the Blue Greens. To the outside, Solaris. Edmondson now left foot. Miles Edmondson. Manny Morales. Step through. Having the ball's taken off his foot by Brownell. Manny Morales. Quick turn there. Now on the left foot. Crosses it in toward the 6.
Yeah, nifty turn there from Morales, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was trying to pick out Charlie Wood, who was making the run down the middle, Coach. And going to have a throw here now for the Blue Greens as we're in the 87th minute. I figure there'll be probably 3, maybe 4 minutes of added time here before all is said and done. Here's Charlie Wood.
Matt, we've mentioned Andres Solares a couple times tonight. Will this play develop here?
Here's Tyler Limmer now turning. Flipping it to the outside. Morales. Now ball to the outside. Archie McDonald also went for Duluth FC. He took out to Dylan Zabatini a few moments back. And now we're going to have an offside call here against Kane, who I would agree with you, Coach. He's been probably the best player for Twinstars all night long.
Yeah,
Not just because he scored the opening goal, but because of his work rate tonight.
He's been very fun to watch, Matt. Go back to Andre Solaris. We've said his name a couple times tonight, and I think he's starting to get to the form that we've come to expect out of him over the last couple of years.
Yeah, it took him some time to get into the flow. Here's Morales now. Squaring it outside. Here's Miles Edmondson on the left foot. Bending it back post. Batal running it down on the end line. Morales now. And put some pressure on far side of the field. Here's McDonald. All 6'4" of him. Now here's a bad touch in the middle. Here's Santos. Santos now. Took an extra touch that they probably didn't need to.
I think if Felipe takes that first time, he's probably scoring there.
Yeah, had a left-footed opportunity. Decided to touch it to his right instead.
But Matt, there's another example of where he's always looking for that errant back pass, and is extremely opportunistic to try to get on the end of those.
Now Darbaki hitting it over the top.
Fans, St. Luke's is now part of
And we are now in the 89th minute. Fultz is with Kane running him down. Zeke Fultz going to take some time now just to kill some clock. Starling now. Paul Bolby. He's been rock solid all night long as Paul Bolby. He's gone all the way for Duluth FC. Got to start in midfield tonight. And showing tonight that he deserved that start. Coach played very well tonight.
Yeah, a 90-minute performance from Paul Bolby. And like I said, I think this is the best that we've seen from him so far this summer.
Here's Darbaki now. Karim Darbaki always has been really good on the ball. It's been one of the real hallmarks of his game is his level of skill when the ball's at his foot. And now here's Bolby again. To the outside now. Here's Solaris stepping inside. Curling ball. Flag stays down. Now here's Limmer. Heavy touch from Tidal Limmer trying to come in, and Tanga able to smother it.
Really well-timed run there from Limmer, and like you said, just a heavy touch that kind of took him out of contention.
Now long ball back to the way. Kane volleyed out of there now by Jake Starling with the left foot. Charlie Wood. And now, yeah, we're going to have a whistle.
Yeah.
And that was from behind on that one, and you can kind of see Charlie Wood even turning and kind of giving him a look.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure why.
I don't think Lore made contact there, but I think even just the slide drew attention from the referee, and probably rightfully so.
We're now in extra time here. We'll see how much added time there is here from our center referee. I'm not sure if he made a signal or not. In the meantime, it'll be a free kick. Duluth FC about to win their fourth game against 2 losses and a draw here. Here's the ball across the middle now from Edmondson.
Great dummy look there from Felipe Santos. You thought that that the ball was being clipped into him, and he just kind of fainted into it and let the ball go wide then.
First corner kick of the game here for the Blue Greens. Hard to believe it comes in extra time, but that's the case here as Manny Morales will line this up. Near side flag on the right foot. And the Blue Greens right now going to flood the box here. See if they can add one more before we go final. Morales at the back post, overshot everybody, and Batal has a go off of his back and out of play, so we'll have a goal kick here for Katanga, who's had a busy night back there.
Matt, I'm watching the subs on the far side, and I'm not sure if there's a mosquito swarm over there, or if they're some sort of coordinated dance. Like, is this choreographed? Like
they're doing some sort of shadow boxing opportunity there. Here's Morales. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. I think that's JJ Onyebamaji, by the way, who's trying to wave away a bunch of mosquitoes. That's what it looked like.
The whole group, at one point it did. It looked choreographed, Matt.
Now here is Bolby laying it on. Santos trying to run it down, and that'll be cleared out. Second minute of extra time here. And like I said, the Blue Greens about to win their fourth game against 2 losses and a draw so far here in 2024 in the MPSL North as this one goes out of play. And it'll be a goal kick here coming up. Twinstars, for their end of things, will be next at home taking on Sioux Falls Thunder next Saturday. So have a chance to bounce back against the Thunder, a team that the Blue Greens beat in their last NPSL outing before tonight. Andre Solaris now to the outside. He gets dumped to the turf, and we play on. Actually, we don't. Foul's going to be called on Salah Hassan as he took down Solaris from behind. And
it's going to have to be carded there, Matt.
Yeah, there's the card. Second half actually settled down after a wild first half. We saw a lot of jibber-jabber going on between the two teams. And
man, I'm going to give Manny Morales some credit there, too, for the card, because the fact that he took the touch the way that he did meant that really the play should have played on, right? So the referee should have let it play on. Now he calls the foul, and you almost have to card it in that moment.
Right,
if you're going to call it back.
So it'll be a free kick here right now. It's Archie McDonald standing over on the right foot here for the Blue Greens. And it looks like there are bugs bothering him too, because he was swinging at the bugs on that far side, it appeared.
Yeah, it's that time of year in Minnesota, isn't it, Matt?
We've had a lot of humidity and a lot of we've had a lot of humidity and a lot of moisture in the air just in general. A lot of rain the last few weeks. And certainly the mosquitoes are taking advantage of it now. As off the free kick, here's Dabaki. Jake Starling will flick it to the outside. And the final whistle goes. Duluth FC wins it 7-1 here. Duluth FC scoring 5 of their 7 goals in the first half. As we recap the scoring on this one, Vitor Makane scored the game's first goal for Twinstars just in the 3rd minute. You thought 1-0 Twinstars. We'll see how the Blue Greens respond. Well, they responded by scoring the last 7 of this one, including the last 5 of the opening half. They came right back. 8 minutes later, Liam Pritchard with his first of the season from Edward Nyes, who had a big night. That goal made it a 1-1 contest. JJ Oyabamaji, the first of 3 for him on the night, scored the eventual game winner in the 14th minute, 3 minutes later off an assist, actually an unassisted goal. That was his second of the season. Made it 2-1. Nyes adding his team-leading 5th goal at the 29th minute to make it 3-1. Then Nyes again in the 32nd minute off of an assist from Paul Bobai, his 6th. And that made it a 5-1 contest at the half. Or excuse me, a 4-1 contest. And then just before halftime, Oyabamaji in the 45th minute of extra time from Edward Nyes made it 5-1 at the break. That's the 3rd goal of the season for Oyabamaji. Stayed that way until the 63rd minute when Oyabamaji completed the hat trick, unassisted, in the 63rd minute. His 4th of the season to make it 6-1, and then penalty kick goal in the 83rd minute from Jake Starling, his first of the season. And it makes it a 7-1 final. And not just a season high in goals for Duluth FC tonight, Coach. I thought it was a pretty well-played game, especially after a very rough first 3 minutes of the contest here for Duluth FC. They really cleaned it up after that and really took command of matters here tonight.
Yeah, Matt. I mean, obviously, again, just kind of a thorough game played by the whole group. And, again, for Duluth fans, for the coaching staff, I'm sure they have to be excited about what they saw here tonight. A great response, and then just a sort of a clean game the rest of the way through.
Duluth FC now 4 wins, 2 losses, and a draw. They now have 13 points on the season. Meanwhile, the Twinstars, 3 wins, 2 losses so far. They stay on 9 points. Up next for the Blue Greens, they'll remain in MPSL North Conference action this coming Wednesday. They'll be taking on Minnesota Blizzard for the first time. That'll be a road game against the Blizzard. 7 p.m., the opening kick from Lakeville, Minnesota, and then they'll be right back home a week from the night. Minnesota Super Cup matchup number 2 of the season for the Blue Greens, taking on Force FC right here at Walt Hunting Stadium, Marv Heikkinen Field. 7 p.m. the opening kick against Force. 6:45 the pregame with yours truly and Coach Joe Mooney here. And like I said, a couple of opponents coming up now for the Blue Greens this week that they're not necessarily super familiar with, but should make for some interesting matchups, and especially that game against Force coming up in a week.
Matt, the last thing I'll say too is we talked about kind of like they're now in the middle third of the season, and how would they respond coming into the game, and I think if this was that kind of like that first test to see how are they now that the wheels are up a little bit, I think just really great response and some things to look forward to.
So that's the full story here. 90 minutes in the books. Duluth FC with their best win of the season so far. Your final score here, 7-1 in favor of the Blue Greens. So for Coach Joe Mooney and our entire production team here from the Stream team, this is Matt Johnson repeating the final score. Duluth FC wins it 7-1 over Minnesota Twinstars. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll hope you'll join us again a week from tonight when they take on Force FC This has been Duluth FC Soccer, brought to you by the Blue Green Stream Team.